This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately. What's going on, freaks? Kind of a late start tonight. Was in a golf tournament earlier today. Yeah, sort of a fun golf tournament because what they do is, and by the way, when people complain that I sniff and move my glasses around. Just don't watch the show, okay? Where I'm currently sitting, I have a vent that puts allergies in my nose, okay? When I get my new office, it won't be there anymore, okay? So can you just, it's no big deal. Work on your own life, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it was kind of a cool tournament. I know it's sort of a late show. I'd like to try to reach the goal up there on the top of the screen because I'm going to still do the show. And if we can get there, that'd be awesome. But I know it's later, so maybe different people watching or however it's going. Yeah, so anyways, I sniff because I get allergies here and my nose starts becoming plugged during the show. And then I also, I move my glasses around sometimes. It's not that they don't fit on my head. I just move them around sometimes. Okay, anyways, the golf tournament was pretty cool. It's totally different. It's kind of fun. You get 20 feet of string, and you can buy up to 6 mulligans, where it means you can re-hit again. And then I had a partner that I played with. So when the string is what the string is used for. Is let's say you putt the ball, and it's a foot away from the hole. Well, you cut off a foot of string. And it's as if the ball had gone into the hole. So that would have been, it's a birdie, right? And so we actually ended up in second place. And then I also got the long putt. That's an actual putt that you make, not a string associated. So that was pretty cool. Actually won money. Not a lot, but Yeah. And then remember last night on the show, hey, thank you, yabba dabba doo. Yeah, somebody under the comments of the video, I deleted the comment because it was so ridiculous. But listen to what they wrote. Because remember what I said? I think it's a great idea to have, when the immigrants come in, especially when they have, I don't really know if they're going to come in. I'd like to know who they all are. But there should be a fee associated with coming in, and they get an ID card, and they get DNA tested or a hair sample, some sample of some sort, so we know who they are when they come in. And of course, you'd have to have the wall built up, and you can only get in through certain ways. Now, obviously, bad guys can also get in however they want to get in, but a lot of people are bad guys that come in normally. All right, so at least you'll be able to know who some of them, at least what their ID is. So anyways, the person said, so it was underneath one of the comments in the video. It said, just 2 short months ago, after solving the submarine crisis, just tie a string around it. Logical thinking Gray Hughes solves illegal immigration by simply telling illegal immigrants to stop at the border, identify themselves, and pay $2,000. Did it really sound like it was that basic when I explained it? It wasn't at all. I literally went through all the different things, so nobody sounded like that. And then right after that says, who wants to tell him, imagine being this small-minded. It's not logical thinking, Gray. It's you're too stupid bad guys, criminals coming into the country have no interest in being identified, and they likely don't have $2,000. You effing idiot. All right, so that's the kind of brain power. These people, their brains don't work. All right, so the truth is that when people are coming over the border, here, let me show you this. This is the reality right here, everybody. Look at this right here. How high are human smuggling fees? Let me move over to this screen here. It's on openborders.info. It says, for a reasonably up-to-date list of human smuggling fees for different sources and target countries, see Havascope page. And it says, Mexicans who enter the United States illegally by crossing the southern border pay coyotes fees of about $3,000 to $4,000, data from the Mexican Migration Project. Illegal Asian immigrants to the United States pay considerably larger sums of money to get inside, probably in tens of thousands. So that's what I'm saying. You could avoid paying the coyotes who literally make billions of dollars on this, and you could have the money. Because it's not like it's the reason they're paying the money is so they can sneak in undetected, right? And so, all right, so costs vary widely based on the mode of transportation, distance traveled, the number of characteristics of those moved, price discrimination, local conditions like the cost of avoiding detection by immigration authorities. Mexican immigrants usually pay $4,000 to cross the border on foot or $9,000 by boat. And there are estimated 6.6 million of them living in the U.S. as of 2010. That article right there. And then I got another one here where it says, I'm just telling you guys the reality here. You can listen to these wackos who don't have a clue what the hell they're talking about. Survey finds Mexican migrants pay an average of U.S. $7,000. This is June of this year. They're paying $7,000. So what if they could just come to the border and pay $3,000, get ID card, we'd know who the hell they were, at least the ones, these people here wouldn't have to pay the coyotes the money. They would just pay the amount at the border because they know how to get to the border. They try to find ways to sneak in undetected. All right, so $7,000, right? So, and then after they're here for a while, they have to go back, and then they can come back in the same way. But you're not going to get to be a citizen. All right? And I also think they need to change the laws to, if a child is born in our country, but one of the parents is not a U.S. citizen, then that child is not an American citizen. It should be that one of the parents has to be a citizen of the child for it to become a U.S. citizen. So I know they go, oh, a natural born citizen. So you're, I think it's something that they need to look into, and it's not crazy either. It's been talked about for a long time. Well, there you go, everybody. There you go. And see, right now we're having one of those slow starts to the show. So if you guys want to help support the channel to allow me to keep doing these shows, even when I come on at a later hour like this, we usually do the shows at 9 o'clock at night. So this is actually kind of early compared to that. And yeah, you guys know what we do at the end of the month, right? So there you go. There you have it. And see, these people are too dumb or lazy to look up statistics and information. So what they do is they just cut somebody down because they don't like you instead of literally giving a shit about what you actually said. Yeah. Thank you, Tammy Morrell. At 10:52 here in muggy Florida. I may not last long tonight, so here's my contribution. Hey, thank you. I think your idea was excellent. Eliminates dangerous coyotes and tells us who's coming. I mean, at least it's something. If they're going to be coming here anyways, because we seem to not really have any control over it. Currently, anyways. I'd rather have some money that comes in with them to help pay for them being here, as well
here in Muggy FL.
as knowing who the hell we got coming in. I mean, don't you want to know?
I think your idea was excellent. eliminates dangerous coyotes and tells us who is coming. Now to identify US psychopaths as children.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yep. Coming in now to, let's see, and then thank you, Kubi, and Freebird Forever. You got Bama Forever and Freebird Forever. Yeah. That's thousands of miles long. The border is right here. It goes all the way from California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and just to right there. The yellow line here is the border. I mean, I could just draw a line and kind of just, let's just go from right here, I guess, to here, and then add some, hold on a second. I'm not sure why it's not doing it correctly. Not sure. Weird. It's only letting like one dot on there. I'm sure it's, I don't know, 2,000 miles, maybe 1,500 miles or something. Yeah, it's pretty long. It's really long there. So you got the Texas has a huge border. Arizona, New Mexico. You don't really hear about New Mexico too often. But there's a little chunk right there, and then down in California, comes up and then boom, straight across right there. I don't know if it's that that's causing that problem. Oh, God. Ew. Felt like something like bit me. What the hell was that? Hold on a second, I gotta go check. That was weird. It's like this, kind of like a sharp, like bing, right in the middle of my back there. I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know why we don't really hear New Mexico much. I don't have any idea. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't really get talked about much about anything. There's not much going on there. It's a little bit like North Dakota or something. You don't really hear about it. South Dakota, just. Hey, thank you, Cadillac. I don't know what that was. Why don't we hear? I'm just reading comments. No, but I make a mean pot of stuffed cabbage. There it is. Thank you. So that was it on that. And what's going on? Human smuggling. Yeah, let me get rid of the smuggling part. All right, so there's two missing women here. Maybe kind of, maybe potentially related, I guess. I don't know. So Melissa Whitsitt is one of them. I think it's in Colorado. So this one's CBI issues endangered missing alert for woman last seen on Sunday. So that's last Sunday. Thank you, Lex Lux and Circa Then. What's that face? Circa Then. The Colorado Bureau of Investigation has issued an endangered missing alert for a woman who disappeared under what police in Winter Park are calling potentially suspicious circumstances. CBI said an unknown man used her phone, oh that's not good, on Sunday to contact people in Metro Denver, but it has since been turned off. Whitsitt's debit card has not been used. Whitsitt does not have a car and has not contacted any family or friends since Sunday, according to CBI. She is described as 5'4", 125 pounds, with brown hair and blue eyes. You know, it's weird. I can't remember who. Somebody. She reminds me of somebody. I don't know who it is. Statewide alert issued in Colorado for a woman last seen Sunday. Her phone reportedly used by unknown man. Well, I'm just reading what Zozo said. What are the statistics of people entering illegally and killing? Well, here's the thing. Even if it's less than the regular population, every single one of the murders is one that shouldn't have happened, right? Because they shouldn't be here. So it's like that part doesn't really matter that at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think a wall is something we need to have. There's no reason we shouldn't have a wall. It just seems everybody, it makes sense, right? I mean, if you don't have a wall, then you don't have a border. People just walk in. The Colorado Bureau of Investigation is asking for help with locating 34-year-old Melissa Whitsitt. She was last seen in Winter Park and did not show up for work. The alert was issued Wednesday afternoon. Investigators have learned her phone was used by an unknown male to contact various individuals in the Denver metro area on August 13th, but part of a missing poster reads, "Her phone has since been turned off, and there has been no contact with Melissa. She does not have a vehicle and has made no contact with friends or family since August 13th. Yeah, that doesn't sound good at all. Additional details, Melissa was last seen in the 100 block. Let's put that in there. "100 Wood Spur Lane." And this is in Winter Park, Colorado. No. Wood Spur, 100. So right around in this area. There's no street view there. After failing to appear for work, investigators have learned her phone, that must be where she lives, was used by an unknown male to contact various individuals in the Denver metro area on August 13, 2023. Her phone has since been turned off, and there has been no contact with Melissa. She does not have a vehicle and has made no contact with family or friends since August 13th. Ugh. Uh, 34 years old, white, not sure what BLN and BLU mean. That's her again. 34-year-old woman missing in Colorado resort town. Same county as missing 55-year-old. So that's another one. Another woman is considered missing and endangered in Grand County per a report released just days after news broke of missing 55-year-old Svetlana Ustimenko. According to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, 34-year-old Melissa Whitsitt was last seen on August 13th, reported missing out of Winter Park, Colorado, when she failed to show up for work. Coverage from Denver 7 notes that Whitsitt works at Winter Park Resort. So let's see. She works right here. Winter Park Resort. She last seen there, probably where she lives. Couldn't find her on Ben Verified. There was one with her name and age, but there was only one in there too. But it was somebody else living in Virginia or something. Maybe it could be her, but this address wasn't in there. Investigators have learned that her phone was used by an unknown male to contact various people in Denver metro area on August 13th. Well, don't those people know who that is, though? I mean, her phone was used to contact various people, so those various people would know who that was. Though the phone has since been turned off. It's also worth noting that her debit card hasn't been used since she went missing. Whitsitt does not have a vehicle and hasn't contacted friends or family since the day she was last seen. Whitsitt is described as 5'4" and 125 pounds, with white, with blonde hair and blue eyes. That's probably what that meant. On the same day that Whitsitt was last seen, a press release came out regarding Miss Svetlana Ustimenko, who hasn't been seen for multiple weeks after parking her rental vehicle at the Dead Horse Trailhead near Canyon County, or near Grand County town of Fraser. No, so that's not far away here. Dead Horse Trailhead. So that's just like right around in this area. That's pretty crazy. You know, just somewhere around here. Thank you, Lisa L. Svetlana. Second Creek Trail. Yeah, so maybe it's right around in this area. Hey, thank you so much, Trish Kyman. Is that right? Oh, yeah? You do? Really? Oh, very cool. Yeah, I mean, this seems strange. And they have a similar look to them, oddly. Yeah, it's 10 miles, though.
I live where these women went missing. Thanks for highlighting these women. Unusual for this community.
At the Dead Horse Trailhead near Grand County town of Fraser. Let me just type in Fraser, Colorado. Okay, that's up here. So I guess that could be near there, right? It's right there.
How do they know it's a male unless someone he called told them, at which point they'd know his identity and not the unknown?
Well, they probably checked to see their phone called different numbers and then called those people whose phone... So she has a phone. Then they saw that there was phone activity. Then they contacted the various people that were contacted and asked them, and they said it was a male that called them. And they probably even know who it is. Doesn't that make sense? Thank you, Tammy Morrell. Near the Grand County town of Fraser. Authorities noted that her vehicle showed up during the week of July 30th and wasn't moved in days to follow past the vehicle's scheduled return date of August 10th. Fraser is located about 5 miles northwest of Winter Park. Authorities have not indicated that the two missing and endangered cases may be related. While the population of Grand County is only 16,000, this mountainous area is home to several popular resorts and attracts a lot of tourism year-round. Anyone with information about Whitsitt's disappearance is asked to contact Winter Park Police Department at 970-722-7779. Those who may have information regarding Ustimenko should contact the Grand County Sheriff's Office at 970-725-3311. Yeah, that's pretty weird. Let me put her on there. Oh yeah, I was gonna check, see how it's going over there. Cali Gal 3. Well, raining cats and dogs here in Indio. So far, still afloat. Well, you don't want to be afloat is what you're trying to say, right? Well, thanks, Caligal 3. So is it supposed to be a hurricane going over there, or what? Is it supposed to be a hurricane over there?
Well, raining cats and cows here in India. So far,
Oh, nice,
afloat, though.
kitty cat. I have a recumbent
Show.
one.
Great.
Yeah, so it's weird. They kept saying it was a tropical storm, but I think it looks still like a hurricane to me. Yeah, okay, so Kubi just said it was downgraded to tropical storm. That's just miles per hour, I guess. I mean, if you're 1 mile below the threshold, you know, if it's 120 for a hurricane, it's 119, boy, it's now a tropical storm. Well, Gray, they have to have a cutoff somewhere. Well, that's true. That's true. Hot tub is 2 inches from overflow. Well, go get in it. It'll be fun, you know. Did you hear, Gray? He told somebody to get into a hot tub during a hurricane. What a bastard. Oh, it was a joke, okay? Wow. It's not funny, Gray. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, if you're that dumb, you know what I'm saying? No, forget it, Caligal 3. No way, man. But you know what I do think would be fun is to sit in, like, if it's snowing and you're just in a hot tub, you know, who cares? Just it's the whiners that show up to the show. That's who's talked to me like that. Yeah. But anyway, see this lady right here? This is the other lady that's missing. Officers in Grand County are looking for a missing Florida woman who has not been heard from in at least 14 days. Svetlana Ustimenko is considered a missing and endangered woman. She's in her mid-50s and is originally from Florida. Grand County Sheriff's Officer and United States Forest Service law enforcement officer located a parked rental car at the Dead Horse Trailhead on July 30th. The trail is near the town of Fraser in the Arapahoe National Forest. Deputies said the vehicle, oh there it is, appeared to have been parked there for an extended period of time with no signs of recent activity. The car is described as white 2022 Nissan Sentra with Louisiana license plates. I was just thinking of that guy that just came from Louisiana, but probably had nothing to do with that. Following an investigation, deputies discovered the car was scheduled to be returned to the rental company on August 10th. After August 10th passed, deputies went back to the trailhead and found the car parked in the same spot, untouched. So if she went into the woods there, she disappeared. Deputies discovered the car was rented by Ustimenko. Grand County Sheriff's Office spoke with her family and determined she was considered missing and endangered. On August 11th, officers began searching the area around where the rental car was located. They continued their searches on August 12th through 13th, even with the use of rescue dogs, drones, multiple teams on foot. Ustimenko has not been located. The Dead Horse Trailhead is commonly used by bikers and hikers, according to Grand County, so the office is asking anyone who may have seen, talked to, or possibly given a ride to Ustimenko to call the non-emergency phone number, dispatch at 970-725-3311. I just, similar hair color, not faces don't look the same or anything, but just, I don't know, something sort of similar about him. Let's see, women missing and endangered with car found abandoned at popular Colorado trailhead. Here, let me go back to that first one. This one. Dead Horse Trailhead. Maybe like right there. Maybe like right in this spot right here. And it's Dead Horse Creek, but it looks like a trail there. This little dotted line. I'm kind of just thinking that's where that is. Like, the car is pulled over on the side of the road right there. Let me see if I go to a different look. Yeah, I could just totally see that being that spot. And that little clearing and then the trees. Who knows? Thank you, K-Me. Yeah, traveling trees is all over the place. You're the one with the motorcycle, right? Thanks, Cindy J. Okay. Svetlana Ustimenko, 55, and of Florida, is believed to be missing in Colorado Grand County with their rented vehicle located at the Dead Horse Trailhead near Fraser and Winter Park. During the week of July 30th, a rental vehicle was noticed at the Dead Horse Trailhead off Grand County Road 73. Is that what we got right here? Let's see. Oh, there's 73. Well, I mean, it's close, right? Because there's 73. God, St. Louis Creek Trail. Maybe that's where it is. I'm just going to move it. That looks so perfect for that spot. Hell, there's her car right there. I'm going to just leave it right there. It's close enough to the other one where it's not too bad. But thank you, Tammy Morrell. The vehicle appeared to have been parked at the trailhead for an extended period of time with no signs of recent travel or activity. Authorities were able to determine that the vehicle, a white 2022 Nissan Sentra, was sent to be returned on August 10th. By August 11th, the vehicle was still at the trailhead and the return deadline was missed. It was then determined that the vehicle was associated with Ustimenko, who has been designated as missing and endangered. Law enforcement started searching the area around the vehicle on August 11th, continuing on August 12th and 13th. Search and rescue crews, along with rescue dogs and drones, were also used in the search, though efforts were ultimately unsuccessful in locating Ustimenko. Given that the Dead Horse Trailhead is a popular spot that attracts many hikers, bikers, and other outdoor recreators, authorities have reached out to the public requesting that anyone who may have seen or talked to Ustimenko share their account. They also are looking into whether or not she may have been given a ride to another area. Anyone with information in this case is asked to call the non-emergency Grand County Sheriff's Office line at 970-725-3300 or 3311, excuse me. Let's see. From the high desert in the great American Southwest, I bid you all good evening, or good morning, as the case may be. That's Art Bell for you. Thank you, Travelin' Teresa.
Case Wave, Ocean Wave.
Thank you. All right, now there's we're just going to move on to, does anybody want to talk about any of these? Like, what do you guys think about this case here? There isn't a lot of information on them. But, you know, it does seem pretty weird that two people are missing from the very small little town and community here. You know, right here in this little area, you have two women that are missing with sort of similar looks and features, and neither of them are known. They don't know where they are. Pretty wild. Thank you, American Lady. Yeah, I mean, this one just seems a little too, too close, and the timing's within a month of each other, right around the same time, and similar looks. But other than that, I mean, there really isn't a lot of information. One of them, her phone was used to call other people, and then the other ones just disappeared off the face of the earth. and is from another place. So, let's see. Melissa Whitsitt is 34 years old. She's from this area. She even works at the Winter Park Resort. So what's weird here is like the last known location that Melissa Whitsitt was right here, and that's really only about 9 miles from where Svetlana's vehicle was found, and she's missing 2. Now where she works is sort of outside of that. It doesn't really matter. So don't know what to make of it, but Svetlana is from Florida. So did she rent the car in Florida and drive this whole way over here? I mean, that's a long drive. Florida's over here, Colorado way over there. Or she's just from Florida and rented a car while in Colorado. Don't know. Now, we don't know anything about that. I read to you all we know. Yeah. I mean, I think it's more likely they're connected than not, given the timing and the small little area here. But there's no way to actually know. Oh yeah? Well, there you are. Well, let's see where Granby is. Yeah, that's pretty close. Yeah, probably, what, about 15, 20 miles or so. $25. So, any other thoughts on that? Yeah, so the rumor in the Delphi case, as we were talking about last night, is like there's this rumors going around, somebody's sharing screenshots, but the person who's sharing them isn't somebody that you would, that's just going to sort of get this kind of information. So it's pictures of like what's on the thumb drive of Discovery. And one of them is something about, a Chrysler plant. And then people are saying, oh my God, that means that Richard Allen worked with Tony Klein, and there's a connection there, and that's kind of where everybody's running with. And we just don't know, right? We don't know what that is. It could be a fake image that somebody made. Yeah, I don't believe it. I mean, it's definitely possible. It's just hard to believe that. I mean, but it is just an image of the content, like the outline of what's in there. All right, we are, let's see, 76 something short of the nightly goal. So you guys are doing great. We only 44 minutes in. But whenever right now I'm about to go over the Lindsay Shiver plot to kill Robert Shiver. I've had this folder being built up since, God, when was it? Like August 3rd or something. But I've never been able to get to it. So I thought we'd go over that one. All the different articles and whatnot. It's pretty crazy. Reminds me of that other case. The lady that wrote the book with her. Let's see. She tried to kill her husband and wrote a book about. Well, she did kill her husband. About grieving. It kind of reminds me of that one. Have you guys heard about that one? What are you talking about, Cindy? What do you mean? Yeah, I'm not talking about that case. I'm talking about this one. Yeah, I'm talking about this case here. The one about the children's book. Yeah, that was before. Yeah, Corey Richens. Or Sidebar. Who's that? Yeah, this is a different one. Yes, I guess this is the first time it was in the... Yeah, this is July 30th. A Thomasville man is waiting for justice to be served after his wife was arrested in the Bahamas for allegedly hiring a hitman to kill him. A court date has been set for all 3 suspects. It's really ridiculous. Sorry here. Lindsay Shiver, 36. All 3 suspects. Lindsay Shiver, 36, of Thomasville, allegedly hired a hitman to kill her estranged husband, Richard Robert Shiver. Although this was a failed attempt, Lindsay is now behind bars and she waits for her trial. The Bahama Court News told ABC News court dockets showed that the suspect, while being concerned together, did agree to commit the offense of murder, namely the murder of Richard Shiver. The suspects appeared after Acting Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley and were not required to enter a plea. They were all remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections and will return to court on October 5th when the voluntary bill of indictment will be served. So it's this lady right here hired her, tried to convince her now boyfriend to kill her husband. Jesus, where do these people come from, man? Sounds like one of these, like a stalker type person. Very similar to these online stalkers you hear about. One resident in the community was shocked to hear the news as the name Lindsay Shiver sounded familiar to him. So that made us go a little further and dig a little deeper, Colin Crocker of a Thomasville resident said. Many people told WALB on Saturday they were shocked that something like this could happen, that could have happened in their community. Now they say they're paying closer attention to their surroundings. Well, why? That's really specific. It isn't really... it's not like there's like some homicide going on and the killer's on the loose. Anyways, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to play the music that everybody hates. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to the music you hate so much and literally take the time to complain about it in the comments. Again, if you don't like it, don't watch. I sure as hell don't need to hear it from you that you don't like the music. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see. By the way, I'm trying to get a hold of. I messaged with Dan Carr the other day. I was like, "Hey, man, just show up sometime." Yeah, he has like this family stuff going on, so I'll try calling him in tomorrow, maybe something like that. Yeah. And then this article is on July 31st. Beauty queen accused of plotting to kill ex-Auburn football player husband after police find WhatsApp message. A former Auburn University cheerleader. Boy, man, isn't that weird? Who even thought of that shit? Isn't that amazing? I guess that's sort of a thing, you know, stalker people that do that. Wild, huh? A former Auburn University cheerleader, Lindsay Shiver, is accused of planning to kill her husband of 16 years after he found out about her alleged affair. Photos Lindsay Shiver posted online show her husband, Robert Shiver, and their 3 children posting happily in matching orange outfits at an Auburn University event and grinning widely as on a sandy beach with sparkling ocean behind them. Thank you, Jessica Schubach.
_basic troll spray.
Yeah. Now the former beauty pageant queen from Thomasville, Georgia, is accused of plotting to kill her husband. You know, it's weird too. You know what's even weirder, you guys, is when I don't know if it's about that or whatever, but when you have somebody like online stalkers who actually type stuff in where they wish you were dead or killed by something, you know, it kind of reminds you of this lady. What do you think? Really similar. Hey, thanks, Danielle. Yeah, it's wild. I mean, thank you so much for your support. Yeah, I think it's kind of, I don't know, it's weird. Like bunny boilers, you know what I mean? Good night, Kimmy. Well, thanks, American Lady, for the troll spray wave. Good night, Kimmy. Yeah, exactly. Wild. Crazy Looney Tune stuff.
Spray wave, ocean wave.
Yeah. This is weird. So this is the case of a cheerleader gone stalker. Isn't that weird? Got a lot of parallels to real life stuff. I mean, this is real life. This is a real case out there. Let's see. Anyways, photos Lindsay Shiver posted online show her husband Robert Shiver, and their 3 children posing happily in matching orange outfits. Now the former beauty pageant queen from Thomasville, Georgia, is accused of plotting to kill her husband along with her alleged boyfriend and another man in the Bahamas, where Lindsay and Robert reportedly have a home. Police in Abaco in Bahamas arrested Shiver, 36, and her boyfriend, Terrence Bethel, 28, of Guana Bay, Abaco, and Farron Newbold Jr., 28, the alleged proposed hitman of the Bahamas, according to the Bahamas court news. They were arrested after police say they learned about the alleged plot to kill Shiver while investigating a July 16 break-in at Grabber's Bar and Grill on Ghana. The Bahamas Court News reports. Let's see, Grabber's Bar and Grill. Let's see. Let's just see if we can find that. So it's the Shivers. Or is it Yeah, Shiver. Excuse me. I keep saying something else. Shiver. Dun, 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 dun. That? Yeah, here it is. Wow. Way out there on that crazy, like, island. I guess almost like a atoll, I guess. So, what was that? What did that say? They were arrested after police say they learned about the alleged plot to kill Shiver, while investigating a July 16 break-in at Grabber's Bar. So it was a break-in here. While searching the phone of someone suspected of the break-in, officers saw WhatsApp messages that laid out the alleged plot to kill Shiver, the outlet reports. On July 16, 2023, at Abaco, while being together did with a common purpose agree to commit an offense, namely the murder of Richard Shiver, the police report said, according to Thomasville Times Enterprise. The exact charges they face are unclear. On Friday, the trio appeared before Acting Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley, according to the Bahamas Court News. They were not required to enter a plea, according to the outlet. They remain held in a Bahamas jail and are scheduled to return to court on October 5th. Look how full of it herself this person is. Want to keep up with the latest crime coverage? Read People magazine, everybody. It is unclear whether Shiver or the others have retained attorneys who can speak on their behalf. According to the Thomasville Times Enterprise, Robert Shiver reportedly filed for divorce after he found out about his wife's alleged affair with Bethel. So there you go. Lindsay Shiver and Bethel reportedly met in the Bahamas near the house she owns with her husband, according to the Thomasville Times Enterprise. The Shivers seem to have a picture-perfect life, according to her online posts that show the couple. I mean, I bet she was an absolute nightmare, with the fake smiles to everybody else, and then behind the scenes, totally different person. Can't stand that shit. Let's see. The Shivers seem to have a picture-perfect life. Robert Shiver is Executive Vice President of Senior Life Insurance Company. Probably had a massive life insurance policy. When he was at Auburn, he played for the football team between 2006 and 2008. Lindsay Shiver was a cheerleader at Auburn and was named Miss Houston County in 2005. Coming in second in the National Peanut Festival pageant that year. Sounds about right. According to Houston County Pageant Incorporated. The key to a perfect marriage is having two perfect people who refuse to give up on each other, she wrote in a caption next to a picture of her at her 2007 wedding. Doesn't that sound like somebody you know? They think they're perfect. You know, a perfect person. Wild. Wow. Mm-hmm. Ex-football baller Robert Shiver targeted, this is August 1st, by wife in murder for hire plot. He hasn't told his kids yet. The former Auburn football player, allegedly targeted by his wife in a murder for hire plot, broke his silence Tuesday, revealing to the Post that he still hasn't had the heart to break it to his kids that their mother is in jail. I might have to throw myself in jail. Yeah, or just anywhere, really, Sandy. You know, Robert Shiver, 38, is back in Thomasville, Georgia, with his 3 children, who are all under 12 after his estranged wife, Lindsay Shiver, 36, was arrested in the Bahamas last week. The athlete was playing with his 2 young sons, in the front yard of his sprawling Thomasville mansion Tuesday afternoon, in some of the last few moments of innocence before he has to tell the boys that the Bohemian police are accusing their mother of plotting to kill, plotting their dad's death. My kids don't know the whole thing yet. I'm going to try to tell them in the next day or so, Shiver told the Post. They're young. Shiver filed for divorce on April 5th against his former pageant queen wife after allegedly uncovering adulterous conduct. I guess that's sort of a common thing with these cheerleaders, huh? Shiver also requested the court dismiss alimony claims, saying his wife was fully capable of taking care of herself. The day after Robert filed for divorce, Lindsay submitted her response, accusing him of domestic violence, of course, cutting her off from his money, and physical and mental cruel treatment. Yeah, of course. Wife feels unsafe in the sounds like there's another person we've heard about with histrionics inventing things, trying to hope to God that people will go, oh wow, that's horrible. Isn't it amazing how simple? it's crazy, right? I mean, it's like the same person. It's really weird. Yeah. Wife feels unsafe in the marital home and has installed locks on the interior doors. Thank you, Lisa Murphy. Hey, appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys' support. I mean, I know it's kind of a late night here, but it just kind of keeps us going on the right track for the end of the month. I'm trying to figure out sort of a trial or something to do for the day crew. You know, there's some trials that have been on Law and Crime, so if anybody has a really interesting one that maybe isn't that long or something, let me know. Wouldn't mind getting started on another one. That last one was pretty interesting. So the wife feels unsafe in the marital home and has installed locks in the interior doors of the home for protection. Husband has abused the wife in the home in the children's presence on multiple occasions, not only physically but also mentally and emotionally. The filing said, yeah, it's total bullshit. Okay, and we know that because she had a boyfriend and was hired him to kill. So who's the psycho here? You know, the one inventing stories, or the guy that's just sitting there? Yeah, I don't think so, Sandy. I think you got that all wrong. The Shivers own a house in the Bahamas near where she met her alleged lover, Bethel. A source familiar with the case told the Thomas Times Enterprise. Local police stumbled on their alleged plot while investigating another case. Thank you, Cindy Lynn. Pre-bail or troll spray? Yeah, I'll be thrown in prison here pretty soon. If not just to get to the goal, you know what I'm saying? But.
Pre-bell or troll spray.
Yeah. It wasn't immediately known whether Shiver, Bethel, or Newbold owned the phone.
Did you get the email?
What phone?
Hey, Greg, open your email.
That's me yelling at myself in an audio file to open my email. Okay, authorities unearthed texts detailing the scheme while they searched the phone of a suspected burglar at Grabber's Bar and Grill. So this burglar got arrested for something unrelated, and on it was text messages plotting the murder of... Just, what a joke. Idiots. God, people. Of Robert. Yeah, so it wasn't immediately known whether Shiver, Bethel, or Newbold owned the phone. After their arrest, Lindsay Shiver, Bethel, and Newbold were transported from Guana to the Caribbean County's capital of Nassau. They appeared in court Friday, but were not required to enter a plea according to the outlet. Alright, so there we go. And this is now on the, I guess, August 1st again. Let's see what it says in here.
2 local Bahamian men were also taken into custody. And
Just
according
left
to
side of the
prosecutors,
audio.
the accused agreed to carry out a murder-for-hire plot on the husband of American Lindsay Shiver on the island of Abaco in the Bahamas on July 16th. That plot was
Wow,
foiled.
thank you so much,
It's not
Galloway.
entirely clear how. There is some
I
reporting
appreciate it. Thank
out
you.
there that CNN has been unable to verify. We do know that the 3 defendants were in a courtroom in the Bahamas on Friday, and they were not required to enter a plea, but they were told if they were seeking bail that they could appeal to the Supreme Court on the island. Social media that appeared to belong
Yeah, it's at
to
the top of the
Lindsay
screen
Shiver
there.
showed that her husband and she
Can I get a boo? Unsafe, give me a break.
and it appears
Yeah, she's
to
just making it seem, she wants to have an excuse of why she's doing it.
show a happy church-going family, but it was back in April that her husband filed for divorce, citing his wife's adulterous
Right. 2 Bahamian men were also taken into custody. Plot was foiled, but it's not entirely clear how. The 3 defendants were in a courtroom in the Bahamas on Friday. They were not required to enter a plea, but they were told that if they were seeking bail, they could appeal to the Supreme Court on the island. Social media that appeared to belong to Shiver showed that her husband... Now, her Facebook page, which I had a few days ago, is now closed. Her husband's still up. The next day, Shiver also filed for divorce. CNN reached out to the attorney. Let's see. Social media that appeared to belong to Shiver showed that her husband and she attended Auburn University, and it appeared to show a happy church-going family, but it was back in April that her husband filed for divorce, citing his wife's adulterous conduct as the reason for the filing. The next day, Shiver also filed for divorce. CNN reached out to the attorneys in the divorce proceedings, but did not get a response. Hey, thank you, Sandy Shirley. The next day, Shiver also... Okay, CNN reached out to the attorneys in the divorce proceedings, but did not get a response. Meanwhile, the next court date in the Bahamas for the 3 defendants is October 5th. And here's like a family picture here, you know. So he had to explain to these 3 kids here. Lindsay Shiver's grandfather says her family is torn up over her arrest in the Bahamas for plotting to kill her estranged footballer husband Robert, who helped pay her $100,000 bail. Really? Let me see. Lindsay Shiver's grandfather says her family is torn up over her arrest in the Bahamas for plotting to kill her estranged football husband Robert. Lindsay Shiver's grandfather I think they're referring back to the grandfather, right? Lindsay Shiver is accused of plotting to kill her estranged husband, Robert, with the help of her alleged lover, Terrence Bethel, and hitman, Farron Newbold. The 36-year-old was granted $100,000 bail and ordered to remain in the Bahamas, while Bethel and Newbold were given $20,000 bail and a curfew. It is claimed Robert helped. Really? So it's claimed that Robert helped bail the 3 alleged conspirators from the Fox Hill prison in Nassau in the Bahamas. What the hell for? Lindsay is expected in court October 5th. Why the hell did he help bail them out? I don't get it. I thought they were talking about the grandfather. The family of an ex-beauty pageant queen have revealed their disappointment after her arrest in the Bahamas over the alleged murder. They're just disappointed, everybody. I'm so disappointed in you. Lindsay Shiver, 36, is accused of plotting to kill ex-Auburn football player Robert Shiver, 38, with the help of her alleged lover Terrence Bethel, 28, and hitman Farron Newbold, 29. The 36-year-old was granted a $100,000 bail in order to remain in the Bahamas, while Bethel and Newbold were given $20,000 bail and a curfew. The 3 were taken to Fox Hill Prison in Nassau. Despite the alleged plot, it's been revealed her estranged husband helped her and her accused accomplices bail out of Caribbean prison. I don't get it, man. According to, according to Bahamas Court News. Upon hearing news, Lindsay's grandfather, Tom Shirley, told the New York Post he was sad, shocked, and disappointed. It just tore us up. It's just a shame, a crying shame for Robert and the kids and everyone else, Shirley told the outlet Wednesday. I know Lindsay, or I thought I did, and I don't know what could have happened, but something happened. Shirley described Lindsay, Robert, and their 3 children as the ideal family when they believed living in their $2.5 million mansion in Thomasville, Georgia. The pair, who own a luxurious vacation home in the Bahamas, would often travel by private jet, the Caribbean destination now marred by the shock arrest. It's hard to believe because they're such a fine couple and a fine family, Shirley said of the Shivers. The family were torn apart on April 5th when Robert filed for divorce and accused her of cheating on him, while Lindsay filed disturbing allegations of violence against her at the Thomas County Superior Court. She also alleged that Robert had tried to cut her off from the money. Shirley, aghast by the claims, said she was very close to the family and hadn't witnessed any signs of domestic abuse. I never saw it. They were just fine people. I never knew anything different. In fact, it's a surprise to me that all this came up, and very disappointing, he said. I don't know if she lost her mind or what. I don't know. Despite the turmoil the pair were facing in the personal relationship, Shirley claimed that Robert had spoken with prosecutors about Lindsay, leading to her bail release. Lindsay, Bethel, and Newbold were being held at the Fox Hill Prison in Nassau before the court allowed the mother of 3 to be freed on a $100,000 cash bail allegedly paid by Robert. I don't know, man. I don't get it. Oh, yeah? Well, that's good, Rosemary. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. according to the Bahamas Court News, she agreed to wear an ankle bracelet and remain in the Caribbean until her court appearance on October 5th. Bethel and Newbold, so her husband's paying for her bail and her boyfriend's bail, and they're out there having sex every single day until October 5th. Bethel and Newbold also agreed to wear tracking devices as part of their bail conditions. Right, and how much you want to bet that Bethel's tracking device will be right next to Lindsay's? Matter of fact, it'll be kind of in this weird gyration motion. The tracking devices, you'll just... the three allegedly conspirators will also be required to surrender their travel documents and are banned from contacting Robert. They'll be required to check in with the Marsh Harbor Police Station 3 times a week, the court also ruled. Robert had been with his kids in the pair's mansion when he was alerted of the bizarre murder-for-hire plot. The father of 3 told the New York Post that he was having trouble coming to terms with the allegations and is yet to tell his children. I wonder why he did that. My kids don't know the whole thing yet. I'm going to try to tell them in the next day or so. Robert is pursuing sole custody of the children and hopes to be the sole owner of the Thomasville mansion in the wake of the damning allegations against Lindsay. So there it is right now. Shiver was arrested after Bahamas police investigated a break-in at a local bar on July 16th, where they came across allegedly incriminating WhatsApp messages detailing the plan sent by a suspect. She and Bethel allegedly conspired to hire a hitman. Newbold told, Newbold to murder her husband. So it's the hitman Newbold. The way that was written, I couldn't tell that was a name. I forgot. So they conspired to hire a hitman named Newbold to murder her husband and had filed for divorce after discovering their affair. Police zeroed in on the 3 and arrested them last week on the island of Ghana, and they were flown under custody to the capital of Nassau. 4 days after the plot was discovered, the Georgia couple was scheduled to square off on July 20th in Thomas County Superior Court, where they had filed counterclaims against each other in a hostile custody battle. While he accused her of adulterous conduct, Lindsay had countered with accusations of physical and mental cruel treatment. She also claimed that her affair was during a time of separation for the couple and was legally condoned by the husband, according to the court documents. Her attorney claimed in the filing that Robert was abusive, writing in a restraining order request against him. Lindsay feels unsafe in the marital home and has installed locks on the interior doors of the home for protection. Right. Robert has abused the wife in the home, the children's presence on multiple occasions. Lindsay is from Alabama and graduated from Auburn University, where the two met. Robert is the son of Alan Shiver, who served for more than 4 decades as CEO of Flowers Foods before stepping down in 2019. The pair have 3 sons together, with the youngest just 4 years old. Robert played at Auburn University between 2006 and 2008. He signed with the NFL team, the Atlanta Falcons, as a free agent following his college career, but he was let go in the first roster cuts ahead of the 2009 season. Lindsay, a former cheerleader, was named Miss Houston County in 2005, and like so many other cheerleaders, is a stalker, and finished second in National Peanut Festival pageant. Wow, that's something to be proud of. Hey, thanks, Cadillac. Robert is the son of Alan Shiver, who served for more than 4 decades as CEO of Flowers Foods before stepping down in 2019 from the $5 billion company. Yeah, it's so weird. It's like, you know what's crazy is, here's what I bet you. I bet you anything that Lindsay Shiver probably started an online community of hate against Robert. And then after the account that she created was banned 6 times on that platform, I bet you anything that Lindsay then after goes over to Twitter and starts a whole community there, hoping that'll catch fire. And then even after that, I bet you anything that Lindsay created a Facebook page, even after Robert served her with papers. Isn't that amazing? It's really weird stuff. Really strange. Yeah. That's what I bet. I wouldn't doubt it one bit. Robert is the son of Alan Shiver, who served for more than 4 decades as CEO of Flowers Foods before stepping down in 2019 from the $5 billion company. The pair have 3 sons together, with the youngest just 4 years old. He proudly mentions his children in his own Instagram profile. Robert played at Auburn. Yeah, we already went through. Alright, so that's that article. And what's the next one? Yeah, I'm not very specific, Krista. It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, it's weird how accurate it is. It's strange. Yeah. Oddly specific. But can't remember. Alright, if we get to 350 tonight, I'll donate 5 memberships. If we can get there in the next hour and 30, whatever, how long this takes, I guess. I saw a couple of videos, but can't remember what platform it was. Yeah, a lot of strange people out there. Gotta be honest with you. Let's see. The jailed mom of 3 accused of setting up a hit-for-hire football player husband led a double life in the Bahamas and didn't hide her affair with the man who police say plotted alongside her. Lindsay Shiver, 36, portrayed herself as the perfect Southern belle housewife with a flawless family and former Auburn football player husband Robert Shiver. Now she remains jailed in the notorious Fox Hill prison on the island of Nassau after police busted her alleged plot to kill husband of 13 years. She has yet to post the $100,000 bail. Sources said Alabama native Shiver, 36, started to change after making frequent trips to the island of Abaca, where the family has a second home, and beginning an affair with her co-accused barman, Terrence Adrian Bethel, 28. Together, they are said to have enlisted Farron Newbold to carry out the hit. This is the lover there. Jeez. It's not really much of a looker there, is he? The friend said she suspected Shiver was having an affair, and towards the end, the housewife didn't keep it a secret, especially once Robert filed for divorce, citing her infidelity. From the outset, looking in, it was all perfect, the friend said. But she was bored for a long time. Lindsay was a firecracker. After the divorce started to get nasty, Shiver's plot was allegedly hatched, and she sent a picture of Robert with "kill him" written on it, according to documents seen by, when people type in stuff like, "Boy, I wish so-and-so got killed by something." This is bizarre, you guys. Oh my god, it's really crazy. Wow. Lindsay would openly spend time not only with Bethel, who works at a bar, the Shivers' Bahamas home, but also also his friends. That's the hitman, Newbold. This is Adrian Bethel. Yeah. Shiver was arrested last month after Bahama police discovered the alleged plot while investigating a theft at the bar. Oh, there she is right there. Oh, it's Barbie, everybody. Oh my god, it's Barbie. To be honest, I'm sure she fantasized about it as the divorce got nasty and she felt desperate. I bet this is one of those people that sing songs while holding up a phone and staring at it with her head sideways, you know, just kind of looking at it like, hey, everybody, over and over again. You know, and all of her friends probably think, oh, that's just so, you know. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, she sings the song, like, hey, over and over again. Yeah. Pretty weird. I'm just really sad for those three kids. They're wonderful. Shiver was local pageant queen and former cheerleader who had 3 sons with the football star. She and Robert met in 2007 during a fitness class at Auburn University. The pair called home a $2.5 million mansion in Thomasville, Georgia. Robert's father, Alan Shiver, was chief executive of billion-dollar baking company Flour Foods. Lindsay Shiver, 5 facts you need to know. Lindsay Shiver is a Georgia woman who is accused of conspiring with her lover in the Bahamas to kill her estranged husband, Robert Shiver, according to Bahamas Court News. The Bahamian newspaper, I think it must be, named the suspects as Lindsay Shiver, 36, and her alleged lover, Terrence Bethel, 28, as well as Farron Newbold, 29, said they are accused of having conspired to kill her estranged husband, Robert Shiver. And thanks, Cadillac. So welcome to... Oh, look at that. We got a troll that got one of the memberships. Isn't that amazing? Ah, God, that sucks. Yeah. So I'm going to have to get rid of that one. What else we got in here? Didn't you guys see that? Come on, mods. Didn't you see that one? No, you didn't do anything wrong, Cadillac. I mean, I've given many memberships to trolls. You didn't do anything wrong. See, what happens is I've got, you know, people gift memberships here, and there's trolls out there that come in and they make themselves available for membership, and then all of a sudden, I mean, it should be illegal because they're actually stealing. They don't want to be part of here, and they're stealing it from somebody. So no, it's not. You didn't do anything wrong, Cadillac. I mean, how would you know, right? Yeah, I wasn't referring to your what you did there, Cadillac. You didn't do anything wrong at all. Put a 1 if it's happened to you when you bought a member. I mean, I'd say, I don't know, almost every time I buy a membership, not every time, but when I buy the 5 memberships, every other time there's a troll inside of it. So, yeah. No, but who cares about the date? Like, I mean, don't you think it's kind of obvious? And I don't really know why you would feel bad about that Cadillac. You didn't do anything. Why didn't her boyfriend fly her to the Bahamas? I don't know. Yeah, we don't have any control over that part. YouTube needs to fix however they do it. Her husband's obviously the one that was making all of the. I mean, he was a millionaire, right? And she wasn't. But after she thought, man, if I take him out, I'll get this huge life insurance policy. So I guess he's one of these. This is him right here. Terrence Bethel. What a loser. Robert Shiver is a former Auburn University football player, and Lindsay Shiver was a cheerleader, according to AL.com and her Instagram page. Lindsay Shiver is also a mom to Shiver Trio, never basic, always extra. Her Instagram page reads, is that still up? I bet that's gone too. Yep, see, oh, God. But yeah, you guys, if we can get to the 330 mark, or 350 mark, I'll donate 5 memberships. We sort of froze up on the screen there. I do have the goal up on the screen, but that's just sort of like the basic goal. If you guys want to help beat it, that would be awesome. I mean, it's already been beaten, but, you know, like, have a normal type night. She can hang with Amber Heard. According to Fox News Digital, divorce records show the couple was embroiled in a nasty divorce. Number 1, police found WhatsApp app messages detailing the plan while investigating a bar and grill burglary. According to Bahamas court, police uncovered the murder plot while investigating a break-in at Grabber's Bar. They found WhatsApp app messages. According to Thomasville Times Enterprise, a source familiar with the investigation said the Shivers have a home in the Bahamas where Lindsay first began an affair with Bethel. Upon Robert finding out about the affair, he filed for divorce. Yeah, which he should, right? I mean, thank you, American lady. Lindsay Shiver, a former Miss Houston County winner, embroiled in a nasty divorce battle, is accused of paying a hitman to kill Robert Shiver. Thank you very much, B.A. Star. Lindsay Shiver was crowned Miss Houston County in 2005 and finished as the second runner-up in the National Peanut Festival. According to WTVY, investigate source told the outlet that Shiver is accused of paying a hitman. She was arrested in Abaco. Heavy has contacted the Royal Bahama Police Force for some more details. Robert filed for divorce in April, citing adulterous conduct. According to Fox, Shiver's dad, Alan Shiver, served as CEO of Flowers Foods. Fox Shiver's dad. 4 decades before stepping down in 2019 from the bank. So that's his dad. I thought it was... So he must just be wealthy, you know. In court filings, according to Fox, Lindsay Shiver denied the affair. Any extramarital relationship defendant has had was during the parties' separation. Bullshit. He got divorced because you were having an affair. Wife feels unsafe in the marital home. Yeah, da da da, blah 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 blah. Yeah. On Instagram, Lindsay Shiver filed her her filled her page with pictures of her husband, kids, and Bahamas. On June 11th, she wrote, just dropped my hearts off at IMG for their first time away at camp, soccer and basketball camp. They are all yours. Miss you already, my little loves. She also wrote about soccer tournaments and playing tennis. Just total fake psycho. She also shared a picture of former President Donald Trump with Michael Flynn and wrote, cue the scene for The Longest Yard, where the real athletes came to join the football team. Not sure what the hell that means. In 2020, Lindsay Shiver wrote, God, family, country, Trump 2020. See, what's weird about this is who cares if she liked Trump or not? See, they're putting it in there because they know that all the people that probably read this hate Trump, and they'll go, ooh, that makes her even worse. It has nothing to do with anything. It's crazy. On April 3rd, she shared a photo of a beach and wrote, may every sunrise hold more promise and every sunset hold more peace. She also wrote about how her son celebrated. I mean, what relevance did that have? Just think about that for a minute. Are they saying that Trump is for wives killing ex-husbands to get insurance payouts? I don't get it. In September 2022, she wrote that she spent Labor Day at Bahamas, and in July 2020, she won a golf cart decorating contest. Wow. She also posted pictures showing her with her husband and kids at Auburn football games. On Facebook, she also wrote about supporting Trump. Oh, man. I'm not even going to read it. Forget it. Robert Shiver, who was the long snapper for the Auburn Tigers football team and is now the vice president of a life insurance company. So his dad was really rich, and thus he's probably rich. He probably, has an inheritance and all that kind of stuff. And maybe the dad isn't doing well. I'd like to know about that. And so this guy works in life insurance. I thought I had a disconnect there with that. So Robert Shiver was the Tigers' long snapper. He's now senior vice president of senior life insurance company, according to the company's website. So he's doing well himself. Robert Shiver has served senior life insurance company since 2009. An avid athlete in high school, his passion for football led to him be a walk-on at Auburn University, where his determination and talent would ultimately earn him a 3-year scholarship for the Auburn Tigers. By his senior year, Robert was named team captain. After graduating, he earned the opportunity to advance to the NFL and play for the Atlanta Falcons. Robert's ambitions brought him here to senior life, where his persistence and commitment has made him an integral part of the company's operations. Today, he focuses on agent development, recruitment, and the strategic growth of senior life. Lindsay Shiver and Robert Shiver met in fitness class, according to her Instagram. Lindsay Shiver wrote about her love for her husband on Instagram, sharing wedding photos of the couple. In 2020, Lindsay Shiver wrote on Instagram, "The key to a perfect marriage is having two perfect people who refuse to give up on each other." Well, you gave up on him, right? So, yeah. That was heavy.com there. And on August 8th, here, Daily Mail, Lindsay Shiver is led from Hellhole, Bahamas prison in handcuffs after being locked up for 2 weeks over murder for hire plot as she finalizes a $100,000 bail. Lindsay Shiver was seen leaving Nassau notorious Fox Hill prison on Tuesday morning after her parents secured a $100,000 cash surety. Georgia housewife Lindsay Shiver has been spotted for the first time since she was arrested in the Bahamas. Shiver, 36, looked dazed and exhausted as she was marched off a prison van in handcuffs and led inside Central Police Station. The mom of 3 who is accused of hiring hitman to murder her estranged husband, Robert, 38. Huh. Oh, God. This is the same person that was sent a cease and desist letter. See you later. Let's see. Shiver looked ready for a trip to the beach in flip-flops, ripped blue jeans, and a tight white V-neck, stared straight ahead and remained silent as she was ushered inside. The petite prisoner had her mousy blonde hair tied up in a scruffy bun, immaculately manicured, pink nails, but did not appear to be wearing her wedding ring. Hold on a second. Yeah. Why do the trolls just show up here all the time? Just out of nowhere. Just it's weird. Anyways, had to remove somebody up there, so we're gonna have to throw myself in prison just for that. Plus, we're running slow tonight, so we're gonna have to. Where is that prison? Forget it. It's just, you know, the weird part is if I get thrown in prison by you guys, that's great. But it sucks to have gimmicks. Like, hey, you know, I mean, it's fun because it helps raise some, you know, but I didn't do anything. So I'm not put in prison. And I just wish it wasn't where it was like that. Like, it was just, you guys realize what we're doing and what the goals of the channel are and stuff like that. And, you know, it gets kind of old. What are you looking at, Linda? You said, look at. What am I looking at? I'm actually getting one of those desks that raises up and down so I can stand up. Okay, go. Put, let's see. I will put Shanna 360 in prison. Where is it? Yeah, where is it? I'm not even sure if it's on here. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Shanna 360 is now incarcerated, everybody. She's toast. We gotta move it over. There you go. Now you can see her eyes. He was snapper. My nephew was the kicker. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah? What are the odds of that? Thanks, Danielle. Stream go. Oh, and well, there you go. Shanna got bailed out. Cadillac got a Uber, a hotel, and a meal. And Cindy Leon also, and Danielle gave a tip to the driver himself. And there you go. You're now not in prison anymore. Good. I won't throw myself in prison. A hotel with a hot tub. Apparently. This is an old We Are Freaks shirt. Can you see that? It's an old one. One of the originals. Yeah. Is that her right there? Jesus, what happened? The petite prisoner had her mousy blonde hair tied up in a scruffy bun, immaculately manicured pink nails, but did not appear to be wearing her wedding ring. Oh, how dare her. Unlawful arrest. Oh, by, yeah, she shouldn't have been in there. Shanna 360, she was okay. But she's now out. There she is. Lindsay Shiver was leaving Nassau County. There she is right there. Ah, what a disgusting person. Reminds you of some other people.
Unlawful arrest.
Prosecutors say Shiver was far more forthcoming, however, in a WhatsApp chat with alleged hitman Farron Newbold, 29, claiming she sent him a picture of insurance mogul Robert along with a text stating "kill him." Shiver, her barman boyfriend Terrence Bethel, 28, and Newbold, his childhood friend, also face up to 60 years behind bars if they are convicted of plotting the attempted hit. Prior to her release, Shiver spent 19 days inside Nassau Fox Hill Prison, which is notorious for its overcrowding, violence, and grim living conditions. Shiver was expected at a bail hearing Wednesday, but her attorney, Ian Cargill, worked behind the scenes to spring her from the rat-infested 1950s lockup 24 hours earlier than anticipated. Good job, man. The accused are expected to argue they were just sounding off, and there was never any intention to harm former Auburn University football captain Robert, who filed for divorce in April. Her family and friends begged her to come to her senses and end the flame. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, we're just at $4.14, and I'll send in 5 channel memberships. But his wife of 13 years had become completely obsessed with the handsome younger man. Jesus, really? He's handsome? Speaking exclusively to Daily Mail this week, Bethel declared his love for Shiver and said the marriage was on the rocks long before he came on the scene. He predicted the case against them would fall apart because cops have blown a few heated remarks out of all proportion. Go and get the transcripts from the police, the bar worker and businessman fumed in his first public comments. They had both of the phones for 3 weeks. They've been through every single message. There's nothing there. None of us have anything to hide. People are taking everything at face value and defaming us. Prosecutors will have to prove the 3 were engaged in a credible plot if they are to convict them of a conspiracy to commit murder. Just a second. Just a second. Yep, there's me again. And membership gifting, and we'll just do it anyways. That's close enough. And there it is. So hopefully no trolls. Right? We'll give it a shot, though. We'll give it a shot. Who's going to get them? 7. Make sure to check these out. CC7, Misty Joe, Teresa Long, Mike C. My name's Mike C, and I get respect. Alright, the scheme emerged by chance when the management of Grant... Yeah, we already know that part. So that's their wedding right there. What a fake pile of crap that is. Wow. There he is right there, man. The handsome young man, boy, I tell you. She was named Miss Houston County. Houston County. Yeah, Houston. Okay, maybe. I've told you guys, I'll speak to you when my lawyer says it's okay, Newbold said. No charges have been filed in relation to the alleged robbery at Grabbers. Let's see. And there it is right there. Oops. What? Ah, forget it. This is on, I guess this one is from August 4th, so it's probably repeated. So here we go, look at this one. This is on Stay Informed. Kind of hard to hear it, you guys. Yeah, let me. I'm gonna try. I'll load it up into Adobe Premiere, see what happens. Let me put it in there. Fix it. Do you want to enable auto transcription for all clips? Really? What does that do? That's crazy. Ma'am, is there anything I can help you with? Ma'am, can I help you with something?
But anyway, woke up this morning. We have travel plans to leave.
Yeah.
And he's
They have travel plans to go to the Bahamas. And she's going to go there and be with the guy that she... What a loser. God.
Thing that I don't.
Left VM for Wes, you're backing his... Well, I don't know what that means. Left VM for Wes, something you're backing his boy, he'll send money. I have no idea what that means, Danny. I'm sorry.
Go. And then I have...
Anybody else?
He moves me out of the way, starts trying to unload my car, tells me he owns the car, he owns the rights to it. Just got super aggressive, and that's when I called immediately, because he's been physical before, and I'm just not doing that.
Oh, is that the father's name? Wes? Is that Robert's dad or something?
Yeah, we're supposed to be going with our kids. So I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know what it means.
That's what I was asking dispatch, like what y'all can do if there's even But of course now he's inside acting.
I mean, I don't know what it is that you want us to do. I mean, if y'all have filed for divorce and y'all are going on a vacation, other than telling him he needs to calm down, I don't personally recommend you go on a vacation if there's an issue like that. And y'all have filed for divorce. Right.
She said she doesn't think it's a good idea that they go on a vacation together. I mean, a cop actually literally having to give normal advice to somebody. Look at how idiotic this lady is here with her hand on her hip like she's the boss here or something. You know, it's just...
Right, it's obviously
I have an in and out of
right.
1404 Orange Street, 1404 Orange Street. Complaint advised. Someone broke into their 2022 Toyota Corolla. The vehicle was not left unlocked. I don't know how they got into the vehicle.
Y'all been physically aggressive today? I mean,
No, just besides him moving me out of the way of my car to get to it.
Yeah, but she's also advised in there her wallet was thrown in the
Like pushed me out
roadway,
of the way so he
and
could
then
get
all
to
the
my car
cars
and
have
start
been taken
unloading
out of
it.
it.
what do you want to talk to?
Temple. You all good? You all good?
Well, until he comes out here and decides to shut up. So I don't know what's going to happen with that.
You familiar with him?
Nope.
Familiar with a bird. Somebody was homeless guy was sleeping in their house.
Before they realized it?
How do you
Oh,
have
You filed for divorce and going to go on. And that's not something that we can...
Oh, yes, got it.
It's going fast.
Because we're going to tell you to separate.
Yes, honey. 10-4. What the hell are you talking about? Nobody heard a word you said.
So what's going on this morning?
So for the last 3 weeks, maybe longer, she's had her couples trip planned with her boyfriend to go to Key West.
Okay, but she just said you're going.
So that was to Key West.
They don't...
I'm taking my kids, my 3 boys, to the Bahamas this morning.
Our kids.
Our kids. Yesterday, she sent a message saying that she's going to change her plans and now get on the airplane with her kids to go to the Bahamas. And when we land, she's going to go with her boyfriend.
Elsewhere.
And me and the kids are going to our house. And I've told her I'm not supporting that.
God, could you imagine having to live with that?
Getting on the airplane, that can mess with kids' heads, and it's just something we're not going to do. Well, I'm 50% of an airplane. She, on paper, owns 25 of that, and majority owner, or the other 50% owner, and myself are both in agreement to not have her on the airplane. So 75% says, we don't want you on the plane.
That doesn't mean you get aggressive, push me out of the way, start unloading my car.
Push you out of the way.
Yes, in the back of the car.
Okay, Lindsay, I did not push you or anything.
He doesn't want me to go.
I raised the back to grab my kids' suitcases so
With
we
a
could
locked
leave.
car.
So we could leave. That's all it is.
Look at what a stalker witch that lady is. She's just watching from the background.
Tell you both, like I told you a minute ago, y'all are filed for divorce.
Oh,
okay?
man.
In situations like this, the best thing that we always recommend is y'all separate. Don't just separate from each other. You don't need to...
Yeah, living in the same place is not smart. You know, it's dumb. I guess that's it. This guy just goes, I gotta go. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
That's all it is.
Look at her back here. Isn't that creepy as hell? Like she's like a witch sort of floating around in the background, just hovering like a ghost. Anyways, wow. Okay, well, that's pretty weird shit right there. And this one is from allegedly sent accused hitman Farron Newbold to kill husband Robert Shiver in the Bahamas are revealed for the first time. Let's see. Photos Lindsay Shiver allegedly sent. Oh, so we get to see the screenshots? Oh, these are photos. So that's her with him, her husband, saying, kill this guy. This is what I mean. Look how fake and psycho this lady is right here. And here we are again. Kill this guy that I'm hanging out with on the at the Bahamas with. And there she is right there. Boy. She's one looker, isn't she? Whew. That's one of the people that, because they were a cheerleader earlier in life, they think everybody thinks they're hot stuff now. And you really only see the older pictures of them. You know what I mean? Like, oh, look at me, everybody. Look at me. It's pretty weird. Well-placed sources have told DailyMail.com these are likely the same images revealed today for the first time. That Shiver forwarded to would-be hitman Farron Newbold. Shiver, Bethel, and Newbold were also all arrested 5 days later for allegedly conspiring to murder Robert, who had filed for divorce in April. Yeah, isn't that embarrassing? Jesus. Either way, Lindsay has been openly dating her barman for at least 6 months at this point. So she has no right to throw a temper tantrum, I guess. Yeah, yes. Body camera footage shot in the driveway of their sprawling $2.5 million marital home in Thomasville, Georgia, showed Robert telling officers that he and his wife were divorcing and that she planned to visit her boyfriend. I mean, what a psycho. Who does that? Look at that. This is such a creepy shot to me. How she's just hovering almost over here and not really moving. For this guy? Are you kidding me? The former cheerleader was held in a hellhole Nassau jail for 19 days. She faces up to 60 years in jail. The alleged murder for hire scheme emerged by chance when the management at Grabbers, a rum-soaked waterfront bar where staffer Bethel's first hit it off with a vacationing Shiver, reported a break-in to police. Oh, there she is there with their little classic torn pants. She's so famous now. Shiver claimed her supposed affair was during a time of separation. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to just keep reading. They're the same stuff, I can tell. Then we got this one from August 16th. Georgia housewife charged with plotting husband murder calls life tough.
A South Georgia mother is accused of plotting to kill her husband after he found out about her affair. Lindsay Shiver of Thomasville appeared in court today.
Normally it's the other way
around.
around.
A hitman to kill her husband,
You know?
former Atlanta Falcon Robert Shiver. Prosecutors say Robert has since filed for divorce and petitioned for custody of their 3 children and sole use of their $2 million home. She's due back in court October 5th.
Oh, there you go. So I think we're kind of all caught up on that one. Pretty crazy, huh? So I don't really have anything else to share. So if you guys just want to talk about crap, you know, ask any more questions about any of these cases, you know, that we've been doing, any of them, have a conversation. I wouldn't know if she's going to be the next Lori Vallow. I don't know if she's going to kill her kids or anything, but yeah, that's true. Probably never worked a day in her life. She probably got all of her money prior by, you know, plotting and planning against other people. Yeah, it's weird. Let's see. Yeah. And let me ask you guys something. This is just a hypothetical situation. Let's say that you were you got pregnant by somebody, and then you had a child with that person, and let's say, I don't know, 6 years later, but the person didn't even know that you had a child with them. Like the guy had no clue that you had a child. And let's say 6 years later, you bring him to court for back child support. Does that seem fair that the government should garnish the person's wages or take money from them for back child support for a child they knew nothing about? I think that's the biggest blow to shit that I've ever heard in my life. And anybody demanding that themselves are a disgusting person as well, because you didn't even allow the person to know that they had a child in the first place. It's weird. Yeah. It's crazy. I think it should be illegal, as a matter of fact. At that point, it's like extortion or something. I don't even know what you call it. I mean, you didn't even tell the person, you know. And let's say they're 15 years old or something. Oh, I'm letting you know now, and you have to pay back child support for 15 years. Are you kidding me? And the person didn't even know about it. I mean, what kind of psychos even think of that shit? You know, probably people that use that very same money to live off of that for years and years without having to work. It's weird. Weird stuff. Because the kids don't get a damn nickel of that, I can tell you that right now. No, I don't care what you disagree with, Papa Q. Let's see. What do you disagree with, Papa Q? Do you think they should pay child support when they didn't even know that the person was pregnant? Or are you agreeing with me worded awkwardly? I can't tell. No, but why should somebody get a nickel for that? Anybody? Can anybody come up with an answer for that? I mean, it shouldn't exist in any state. Now, if you want to do from here on forward, sure. But back child support? Really? What a joke. You didn't even tell the person you were pregnant. Okay, so you can, go screw yourself. Fortunately, the world we live in is way too... wasn't his after 18 years of marriage, divorce. Couldn't get back his child support. Mom knew the whole time. Son too, after age 10. I don't know what you're saying. We had friends who found out his son wasn't his after 18 years of marriage. Oh yeah, well that's horrible too. Yeah. Yeah, so Papa Q, could you explain yourself please? I have no idea what you're talking about. It's child abuse for deprive the child of the opportunity to know their father. Right. So you've got that too, right? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Papa Q. You must not have listened to what I said. You seem confused. I know someone who went to jail for unpaid child support and the baby died and he never knew it was alive, but he still went to jail. They don't know. What a joke. Yeah. Yeah, you must not have understood what I said, Papa Q. So what I said is, do you think it's fair if, let's say a woman gets pregnant and you're the father, but she never even told you that she was pregnant, and then 5 or 6 years later demands child support for back child support, even though you had no clue? You might have even moved on and were with somebody else at the time. Do you think that's fair in any stretch of the imagination? And the answer should be no. Simply no, overwhelmingly no to everybody out there. But people would go, well, it's not about them, it's about the child. Well, the child made it to those 6 years, right? So why do they need the 6 years of child support? Back child support when they didn't even know that they were alive. Can anybody answer that question? And you can't. Gray, it's just the way it is. Sick. Sick as hell. Yeah, that's the story. That's the scenario that I'm giving you. No, but that's not what that's not in my story. Another old GHI freak. That isn't in the story that I told you. You don't know if he's a good person at all. Another old GHI freak. You don't have a clue. Okay. They weren't listening to what I was saying. I'm saying in a scenario where it is absolutely fact. Why do I have to nuance it for you? I just told you. You know what's amazing is when people always do, but not in this one. Well, what if this and what if... I'm not saying that. Listen to what I'm saying. Somebody gets pregnant. You had no clue for 5 or 6 years, and then you're forced to pay back child support for a child you knew nothing about, yet the mother knew that it was yours. Right, well then, even in that scenario, Papa Q, they shouldn't owe any back child support, nor should she want it, because you'd be introducing yourself back into a crazy, abusive relationship again. Yeah, I mean, it really is simple. It's just people try to nuance stuff because they probably have something that's sort of like something that they want. They still say, give me money, give me. I think any mother that stops their children seeing the father out of spite. Yeah, exactly. And even if they stop for any reason at all, like if the father doesn't know that they're a father at all, they shouldn't owe a nickel for anything until later when somebody says, hey, guess what? This is your child. Now you have to start paying child support. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the moment you owe child support. I don't know how anybody out there could disagree with that. It's just so mind-boggling to me. And I think if you were in an abusive relationship and you got pregnant and you wanted to have the child, I would get the hell out of Dodge and not try to get a nickel from that guy ever, because you're now introducing a dangerous situation in with your family. Okay? Just forget it. We've talked about this 50,000 times. Right, the courts are the ones that are absolutely moronic in doing it. They do it because they just think, hey, shit, somebody else can pay. We don't want to have to pay. The taxpayers don't want to pay, and we're going to have somebody else do it. But, man, you make a totally dangerous situation. Oh, it was just a scenario out there, Cindy. I'm not going to, there's, crazy people out there that do that. I heard about it. Wow. My ex and I want to do our own plan for $50 a month at one child in 1990, but then the courts got involved, which sucked. Well, that's a pretty low amount. But I mean, if that's all you want. See, the thing is, the courts only get involved when you start asking for assistance from the government. So if you're at a point where you're raising a child and you don't have the funds, then you have to go ask the government for, food stamps or something like that. Then they go, well, shit, this guy should be paying for some of this, and then they get involved and they start getting it. If you really truly don't want to involve a violent ex, you have to figure out a way to do it without involving the state. And I know it's hard. It's harder that way because there's programs out there that help people. But, if there's a way to do it without doing that, then that's the way to do it. But if you have to report it, then at that point, they're going to look for the psycho that you're trying to avoid and try to get money from him. And then it's going to turn into a crazy, just psychotic situation where you're now going to have to probably allow him to visit the children, and then he gets to go over to his parents' house, and you're introducing them to a whole different family. It's just, I don't know, man. I wish people would think more about this stuff sometimes. But he was broke at the time, and I didn't think it was fair to ask him. Yeah, well, there you go. But but you must have said something to the state for them to have asked for it, right? Because they don't just show up and... Let's see. I live in California and have heard horrible things about... Yeah. No, Danielle. There's no updates. You can go look it up, though, if you feel like it. Ding, 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 ding. Alright, there you go. I'm sorry I was late, but is there proof the guy abused her? No, there's none. I absolutely don't. Listen, the scenario is this. She was bored with her life. She'd go over to the Bahamas. She met this younger guy over there. It was like, wow, this is so much fun. She couldn't wait to get back over there again. It's a little bit like, not to throw out Chris Watts, but it's sort of like she met somebody else and she really liked that life instead. So she thought, wow, here's a good way to do it. If I kill my husband, and then I'm not sure what's going to happen to the kids later. But you got to admit, it's like the reverse of that. You know what I'm saying? So there is absolutely, I can just tell you, she's not seeing this other guy because at home it was abusive. You can just tell by looking at how she was and everything. She just met somebody else. She was sick of being with this guy. And for months she'd been seeing somebody else. And that's just the way it, and then she wanted to kill him, probably to get life insurance policy. Then she was going to move to the Bahamas and use the money with the new guy and just, set up shop over there and just live off into the sunset with their mansions and everything. And I agreed on $600 a month, but court stepped in with their financial court and ordered $1,000 per month. So during the divorce, they just raised it? Man, they should just stay the hell out of it. If you say, I just want $600, well, you could always give him back the $400 a month, though, right? So if you got $1,000, you could have sent him back $400. Yeah, well, my mom raised 3 kids by herself. So what I do is I look at it like, how did my mom do it? She had 3 kids for a 5-year period of time where it was just her and us, and she worked during the day and at night went to night school. We did have food stamps and things like that, or some assistance. But and my biological father didn't pay any child support whatsoever, and she did it, man. I mean, anybody can do whatever they want to do if they want to do it, but people don't want to do it. They want to, well, it's a little too hard. I just want to, and so that's just kind of the way it is. Yeah. Food stamps are these little. Basically, it's not really a stamp. It's a. You get these cards, like a debit card, and you can buy food. You know what's incredible? They let you buy Coke and 7-Up and candy bars and all kinds of bullshit with those things. Those cards should only be able to buy groceries, like literally, lunch meats, bread, lettuce, things like that. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, well, good. That's awesome, Gemma. I think anybody can do whatever anybody can make it out there if they want to. There's lots of resources out there. Of course, if you start using the resources and they go, well, who's the father? Where's that? Oh, yeah, we need to get the, and then that starts going on. So, so in my mom's case, they did try to get money from him, but he'd never paid anything. And, he was only supposed to pay $100 a month for 3 kids, and he total, not 300, and he didn't even do it, So I never talk about him like he's this great person. He was an amazing artist. He oil on canvas, Southwest Art, Bill Hughes, look it up, awesome. He sold paintings for $100,000. I mean, they're freaking phenomenal paintings. A lot of them are, 8,000, 3,000, 10, but there's a few that he sold way up in the, and they were, he was a great artist, but he was just a horrendous father. Like, he really didn't give a shit about anything, And so, the dad that I have now, my stepdad, I just call him Dad. I don't call him stepdad, but that's the technical term, and he's been there the whole time. No, she never showed any anger at all. We never knew that she was mad or anything. I've told the story 1,000 times about the Christmases and shit, but she made him look like he was the hero at Christmas, but he never bought anything. But she made it seem like he bought us gifts. Those days are so long gone. I'd say there almost isn't a woman alive or a parent alive, even if it's the reverse with the mom. There isn't a parent alive that would buy gifts from the other parents to give to their kids just to make the kid feel like the other parent loved them. They would go, your dad didn't get you a damn thing, that bastard. Oh, your mommy didn't do shit for you. Look at here's something. It's so different now, different world. No, she was. My mom is like, she's, I would say probably one of the most ethical, greatest women that have ever lived, in my opinion. I mean, she's absolutely incredible. Like I've said before, when my brother died in 1986, she was a real estate appraiser, and then she just quit that completely and focused her whole life on fighting against the legalization of drugs. Now, if you're a druggie out there or somebody smokes pot, you go, oh, that sucks, man. Drugs should be legal. You can think whatever the hell you want to do, but that's what she did. And man, the stuff she knew, the connections that she found out from various people, and George Soros and all these different people. She was talking about George Soros before any of you guys even heard of him. So that's what's scary, like stuff like that. And then she even went to Washington and spoke to the State Department and shit. I mean, she wasn't like just somebody hacking away trying to figure something out. Like, she was a big wig in that movement, And so, yeah. Just amazing, really. I mean, designed the first house that we lived in that was ours. She designed it herself and had it built. It was just awesome. So I don't really know what to say. I mean, there are very few people like her, So, she's 85 now, I think, and sometimes her memory isn't quite what it used to be, but she still remembers a lot of the stuff, Yeah, no, she knows a lot of incredible information, I remember I thought it was funny when I'd watch, what do you call it? Cable access television. And they have these people up there when they were trying to legalize pot in Oregon. Remember the whole card holders? If you had the medical marijuana card, you just call a doctor and say, my elbow hurts. Well, you need some pot, man. So you get this card, right? So this is when you knew it was all a scam. You know how you know it? was when on the show, on this cable access, they said something like, "Hey, we're having a card holder party tonight. We're having the medical marijuana card holder party tonight." Are you kidding me? I mean, how many times have you had an ibuprofen party? I mean, listen, the marijuana was for like your hurt arm, right? Like when we take ibuprofen, we don't have ibuprofen parties. We don't have, Tylenol parties. So that's when you knew it was all just bogus shit, right? At that point, as soon as they started saying, "Well, tonight, meet us over here for the card holders party. You'll all enjoy it." Yeah, okay. Great, what are you saying? It really does. Look at, hey, it might help people. Look at, if somebody has a disease and smoking or whatever makes them feel better, go, do whatever the hell you want to go do. It doesn't bother me, but don't pretend. You know what this is the thing that I hate the most, is when people pretend cannabis and pot is this greatest thing in the world, boy. It does this, it does that, shit, you can make ropes out of it, you can do this, you can do that. It's the greatest material that ever lived. It's just, give me a break, you guys. It's just, like, what doesn't pot cure, for God's sakes? They should get rid of every medicine there ever was, antibiotics, everything, and just start blazing away, man, because that's what they make it sound like. All right, who's they, Gray? Well, the pro, and I don't mind if you want to do it and pretend it's like alcohol, like you're just having a pot and makes you feel good and it's legal and all that shit. Well, go ahead and shit, but don't try to pretend that it's something else, right? Well, man, I use CBD oil on my arm when it gets sore. Have you tried it, Gray? It's fantastic. You know what I think it is? It's a placebo effect. You didn't know. You think it's supposed to help you, so then it does. But do we really know for certain that it's helping your arm out? Now watch. I'll lose another 50 subscribers. See, remember last night we had, I lost 15 overnight. And I don't care, man. If you're somebody that this stuff bothers you, then goodbye. No big deal. Yeah. But here's the thing: if the CBD oil makes you feel better because you believe it does, go for it. Yeah, there you go. Something like that might, like, if it works for that Moonchild, awesome. Yeah. There's a thing called setting. Do you know that they did this study one time where, let's see, they put people in a bar. The set and the setting, okay, here we are, we're sitting at a table, and we're in a bar, and everybody's drinking, and they gave people beer that they thought was real beer. And when they were drinking it, they started acting like they were buzzed, and it was completely no alcohol whatsoever in the drink. Yeah. I've tried smoking it a few times, but I can't because every time I did, my body felt like it was on fire. Oh, really? Weird. Yeah, you guys would. I mean, I just laugh and laugh and laugh, and I just think about weird shit, and that's about it. Just. Oh yeah. What did it do for her, Jessica? Most prescription drugs do even have a greater effect than a placebo. Huh? You mean don't? Or do? I don't know what you're trying to say. Okay, yeah, hey everybody, thanks Danielle. 420 watching. Thank you. We could have all just looked. Thank you. Oh yeah, you like it, Benny? It sounds pretty good in the background. Yeah. Well, they do though. Now, let me just give you some advice, everybody. If you have an infection, don't take golden seal or tahini or some shit like that. Take an antibiotic, okay? It's definitely going to work for you a lot better than cannabis oil, for God's sakes, all right? I mean, literally, if you have an infection, do not take cannabis oil. It's not going to help you whatsoever. Well, it might make you not remember that you have an infection and forget all about it, and then you'll probably pass away later. But don't worry about that, because you felt great in the meantime. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, so, yeah, if it helps with stuff like arthritis, if it makes you feel better, I really don't care. But what I don't like is when everybody makes it the savior of mankind, that somehow CBD oil and marijuana and cannabis and all this shit is the greatest discovery, natural discovery of mankind. In fact, we should make our buildings out of this stuff. Airplanes as well. Shit, the fuel that's in them. Load it up with pot, and then ignite it. Takes off. It also lays a cloud of dope over the rest of the country, and we're all just happy as shit. And we can all just be singing to ourselves. Hey, Allah, hey, Allah. Man, I'm having fun right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know what 420 means. Yeah, we get it. Must be a big day on April 20th. Makes me projectile vomit these days. Projectile vomit. What do you mean it makes you paranoid? What do you mean? What do you mean it makes you paranoid? What are you talking about? What do you mean? I remember the first time I think I ever did it. I was at Western Oregon State College, 1980, at WASC. I was in there and I was playing pool, and I took the pool cue and I hit it with my forehead like this. Like I put it down and I went like that, looking at the ball. I thought it was really a good way to play. You go like that. And no, it was 1985. 1980 was my freshman. It was 1985. Sorry, 1980. I was a freshman in high school. So 1985, I was at Western Oregon State College. Anyway, I went to go poof with my forehead, and what made me laugh the most is listen to that. It was so. Just try to picture it like this: like you're sitting there, your eyes are red, and you're just sort of feeling funny and happy. And this other guy, my friend, who that's all he does. He basically air to him was pot, right? That's all he ever did. And his eyes are just bloodshot red. He's looking at me. We're playing pool together. And I hit the thing with my head. And this other guy standing next to him is completely sober. And he turns over to my friend and he goes, "Is Gray stoned?" I don't know what it was about that. Because he's saying it to a guy whose eyes are the color of this freaking thing right here. And I just started laughing and laughing and laughing. And I couldn't stop laughing, It just never ended. But that was 39 years ago. But it was funny at the time. I think you had to be there. It was pretty funny. I mean, they're going to give weed to smoke, then why remove the... Right, that's kind of dumb. Yeah, we have these places here that sell pot, and they remind you of like a stripper, an exotic dancing place. There's stuff on the windows. People pull up, they look all around before they enter. Yeah, that's pretty weird. And not that I know what exotic dancing places are like. That's what I heard, though. Oh, yeah, it brings in a lot of money. Yeah. It brings in a lot of money. So is that good? You know, so if we could bring in $2 trillion a year on getting everybody in the country wasted, is that something we should be focusing on? I'm just curious. Hey Gray, thanks for sharing stories about your mom. It was inspiring. I spent all day working on a scale model of the house I want to build someday. Oh, really? Cool. Hope I'll get it done. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Do it, man. Why not? You know, that's weird because I sort of feel similar to even my garage. I mean, 3 years ago I was like, God, I just want to do it so bad. You know, and I just spent so much. I just kind of saved up a lot and had to cash in some stuff that I don't really need, and I just said, I'm just gonna do it. And so it's kind of neat to, you know, have it gonna be built here. So it's pretty sweet. Cool, Missy Six, for you. Mm-hmm. Well, weed's actually really bad for you too, though. I mean, they totally don't let you know all the stuff about it. My dad's a doctor, and him and my mom would act. I mean, he's one of the best in the world too, and there's a whole bunch of shit that nobody even gives a damn. They just don't listen, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, you sound crazy, Missy. I'm a pothead. It is great. What the hell's going on in here? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Can't wait till you settle in there. Oh man, I don't know about Halloween in the office. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Right. You know the difference is, so here's what's weird is I think people when they drive stoned are just as dangerous as the ones that are drunk. And the reason I say that is because stoned drivers drive like 5 miles an hour in a 55 mile an hour zone because they're paranoid. And you get these people going, whoa, and they swerve to miss these guys and they crash into somebody else. They're never blamed for anything. Right? You know what I'm talking about. They're driving, they're looking at everything. What? Is that somebody over there? Wait, who's that one? Oh my God, ooh, slow down, slow down. Am I going 50? Yeah. The stone drivers are the ones that are looking around at everything. And way too much, you know, just... Yeah. I wouldn't guess how fast people drive these days. Where's the... Yeah. Yeah, but people run into them, Gummo, because, well, it's the same thing. Now, let me ask you guys something. I know this is going to be a sensitive topic here, but don't you think after the age of 76 or maybe let's just say 80, that you should have to go get a driving test every 2 years just to make sure that you're, you know, sort of able to be, you know, and here's the thing, I would have insurance companies pay for it. You know, once you turn 80, the insurance company has to pay for you to take the test, because I think it's similar to what the story I was just telling you about is the driving sometimes creates dangerous situations for other people who then get into a wreck while you just drive off into the sunset, right? And so I want to know that people, because I mean, I don't know, it just feels like there's a certain age where you should probably just get tested, and, you know, if you're, but the weird part is, what if you don't pass? even though you can still drive okay and everything, then you're sort of relegated to not being able to go anywhere, and I don't know. So I'm kind of mixed feelings about it. But. Did you hear Gray? He was saying old people shouldn't be able to drive. Did anybody say that? Raise your hand if I said that. No, I said you should test people to see if they have the same ability. God. You know what's weird is I just talk about things that other people think about, and everybody thinks the same shit. I bet most people have thought, man, I wonder if that person should still be driving. You ever seen that when you're driving down the road and there's somebody that looks like, you know, maybe they shouldn't be driving anymore, just by what they're doing. Kind of like stopping almost to a stop in the middle of the road just to look down another road and kind of looking around. And right, I think everybody's thought that same thing. And so it makes you wonder, I mean, is there something that we should be doing? Maybe it should be 85 and older. You know, some number that, you know, most people don't even live to, right? I don't know, some number. Yeah, do you wear a costume, TTJL, or yeah, like put a bun on your head and knitted. My dad drove a quarter of the car in lane beside him, way slow. I don't want the oncoming traffic under influence of anything. No, I stop in the middle of the road. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Jesus. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking. I think it should be more like that age. And maybe it should be every 2 years after 75. It'd be a little, I think it'd be too much to like every year you have to come in. Yeah, I mean, I think most people think of things, but people think, I can't talk about this like it's some mean thing to say. It's not mean. It's safe for you too, right? Like, don't they want to know? I mean, like, if you're 75 years old, don't you want to know if you're putting yourself in danger on the road? I think your grandchildren or your husband might want to keep you around a while. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah? That's crazy. Yeah, as long as they're the low-cal cigarettes. Those are okay. Yeah, that'd be the first test, Papa Q, wouldn't it? Can you find the DMV? Did you find the DMV all right, ma'am? No, I didn't. Okay, well, we're going to have to suspend your life. No, that's not how it would go. Yeah, the low-cal cigarettes. Have you tried the cigarettes, gluten-free ones? Those are good too, Missy. Yeah. Now, the ones that I really think you should try though are the low-cal cigarettes with resin. Okay, those are fantastic. You don't drive anymore? Why not? Yeah. Let's see. I don't drive anymore. That does happen a lot with older folks indeed. Hey, where is Blue over there? Oh, look at Blue. Hey, Blue. Man, he's out cold, isn't he? Yep, there he is. I was at the DMV and an old lady drove through the window when I was getting my driver's license many years ago. I thought, well, she just lost her license. Yeah, probably. I only want air in my lungs. Well, yeah. I mean, have you ever seen these guys? I mean, I've said this before, but they're like, for example, I think that Missy 6 up there is exactly what I'm about to say here. That they are stoned so much, like their whole day, they're high as a kite, right? So when they wake up in the morning, they look around and they go, "Whoa, this is what you guys feel like? The hell with that." Back to reality. Yeah, so the thing is they're high when they're sober. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're stoned so much that they're actually high when they're not stoned. You know what yeah, I mean, isn't that amazing? Dude, this is like totally radical, man. Be like that and stoned all day. Eventually, she even stopped working. Yep, takes over your life. Yeah, sure does. Dude, that's radical. Used to be like that, Gummo? Yeah. Yeah, I think it was $10 a gram. I don't know what it is now, but... $30 days for THC to clear out of the body. Yep. I had none. I wouldn't really pick either of those things. Yeah, my mom hates it. Yeah. Well, you guys, I think that's going to do it for me tonight. It's kind of fun. I think on the weekends we should do more like stuff like this, although I feel like I got to be presenting something to get the goal met, you know. Pamela Dasgupta, 1 month. You've only been around a month? Seems like you've been around longer. Yeah. We could do the talk show channel. I actually might do a Blazer post-game show where I take callers and talk about the game or something. I've been thinking about it. Let's see. But I think it'd be kind of fun just to... There it is, everybody. The talk show at night. From the green forests of the Pacific Northwest, I bid you all good evening, or good morning, as the case may be.
Tonight, on Grant Hughes Late Night.
And good evening and welcome
to the Kingdom of Night. Yeah, it's like Art Bell, right? From the green, he says, from the high desert and the great American Southwest, I bid you all good evening, or good morning, as the case may be. But since I live in the Pacific Northwest, I say, from the green forests of the Pacific Northwest, I bid you all good evening, or good morning, as the case may be. I love Art Bell, man. He was the best ever. I think Art Bell was the best that ever was, man. Let me see this. I wonder if there's like a... What does he sound like? Oh yeah, let's see. Hold on a second. Here, just listen to what he would sound like. Let's see. Is he right here?
At some point, I'll simply redial the number and we'll reconnect. Ray, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
I take it that you heard.
I take it that you will.
Yes, I did. Very, very interesting. I had heard about his work before, but it was nice to hear him first.
I think this is actually Phil Hendry doing Art Bell. I think. I don't know, man, because Phil Hendry, there's a guy named Phil Hendry that does voices, and he does Art Bell so perfectly that people think it's Art Bell, and then Art Bell even said, "Wow, you did a great imitation of me." Well, no, but I mean, it could be Phil Hendry doing. Let me just check it out. Hold on.
We have only on after that, but university who was
Very highly. And he thinks basically the Mars observer was sacked.
No, that's Art Bell there. I can tell.
The big joke that was going around.
That's Art Bell.
Well, some teacher.
That's awesome. So now let me get with Phil Hendry, Art Bell. Let's see. Fart Bell parodies by Phil Hendry. Okay, let's see.
Hold on. All right. Greg is the winner. Sean Penn is a fact. What do you think that means?
See that guy right there? That right there, that was Phil Hendry doing Art Bell.
I don't know other than the fact that he is.
So he does all the... See, Phil Hendry does Art Bell, and then he does the voices of the callers, too. So listen.
No, I'm kidding. Maybe they've seen his films.
So the same voice... All these voices are by the same person at the same time. Listen to that.
I have no idea.
That was Abba.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what was coming from the surface of Mars tonight. And Greg in Flummox, Ohio, was it?
Something like that.
Is the winner of the Phil Hendry Show baseball camp.
That's so amazing, man. So he does all of that. Now, that was Phil Hendry. Now, listen to what he sounds like on...
Center.
So that's Phil Hendry's real voice.
Group, 4 of them, going away forever.
It's such a perfect imitation. It's ridiculous. Let's see, where is it? Phil Hendry, Art Bell. Man, if you guys ever just want to laugh for hours, you just go on, just listen to Phil Hendry, and he does all these voices, and see, here's what Phil Hendry showed his shtick was. So what he would do was, he would do a show, a call-in show, the Phil Hendry Show, and he has his own voice, and then he does the voices of all the callers, and not all the callers. He'll do the voices for some callers and a guest or something that he has on, and he keeps the whole thing going, kind of like, the whole Mary Lou shit like that, right? So it just kind of keeps going and going and going, and the premise is that the points being presented are so outlandish, just ludicrous stuff, that people out there call into the show, and real people, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on? This is crazy. I think it should be..." And then that person is actually arguing with his other voice being the guest. And then Phil Hendry sometimes mediates and says, "Oh, man, yes, calm down, calm down." It's incredible, So, if you're ever bored stiff, just load up Phil Hendry, not Henry, Hendrie, and just listen to him.
I know. Are a part of the possibility, and let me tell you, this is exciting, that there is water, ice on Mars. But the ice particles seem to be spelling out something.
That was a hilarious episode there. But anyways, that was Phil Hendry again doing Art Bell. Anyways, you just have to listen to it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But he has all these regular voices that he does. I think it was like can't remember him now for some reason. But anyways, thanks everybody for being here tonight. Thank you for supporting the channel. And thank you to Yabba Dabba Doo, Tammy Morell, Kubi, Free Bird Forever, Cadillac, Lex Lukes, Circa Then, or Lex Lux, I mean. Circa Then, Lisa L, Trish Kyman, Tammy Morell, Caligal 3 with a cat eye. Hopefully she's doing okay over there with the... If you're still listening, hope you're safe. RF, K-Me, Cindy J, Tammy Morell, Traveling Teresa, American Lady, Jessica Schubach, Danielle, American Lady, Lisa Murphy, Cindy Leon, Cadillac with a cat eye, Sandy Shirley, Cadillac gifted 5 memberships. American Lady, Be a Star, Danielle, and then Cadillac again with the cat eye. And then Cindy Lynn, American Lady, Danny ICURN, Just Junie, Pamela Dasgupta 1 month, and Pamela Dasgupta 199 right at the end there. So thank you guys, I appreciate it, and I guess we'll see you tomorrow. I'll try to think of something if I can figure out like a trial or something to start up. Send me an email if you know of a trial that maybe you haven't seen but you heard it was interesting, and then that it was on what is it? I'm not sure what channel that. What was the name of that one again? Art and why are you leaving it? Well, because I've been on 3 hours already, Pamela. It wasn't early. I got on at 7:30 and or 7:45, and it's now 10:44. Yeah, I saw that sixth wife thing. It looked like the audio wasn't good, very good, and that's going on right now. But anyways, somebody other than Danielle, if you come up with something, go ahead and send it to me. I'm just kidding. If you just send me an email with it. All right. So also, that's it. Well, anyways, thank you guys very much for being here and keeping us rolling along here. Appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there. And a 1 and a 2. Oh, sorry, Pamela.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing.
You gotta hit that notification bell.
And during this whole time, I have not.
I also
seen
came on
one
kind of
person
late.
That is a crime dissector.
Oh.
Click reject.
Well, I was on at
I'm a
7:30. That
certified
was
human
late.
Lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gregel's gonna give
With another lecture, crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pop protector,
Fool
deflector,
interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his vector. With all respect,
just remember,
other people fucking
check shot, I have no agenda, I'm a pretender.
And I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender.
Well, the cool part, Pamela Dasgupta, is you can go back and watch the whole damn show. You got 3 more hours to listen to. I mean, I came on kind of late tonight, but, you know. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not going to do a whole nother live, right? I mean, I've done 3 hours live show already. So you can go back and watch it. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do if somebody misses it. I guess, you know, I'll be back on tomorrow, though. I do 7 days a week. Tonight I was in a golf tournament earlier today, and I played. Well, we got second place, and then in the golf tournament, then me and a friend, and then I won the long putt competition on the last hole, and so that's good. And then I didn't get home till about what was it, 6 something, and then didn't get the show going till 7:40 something. So, oh well, hell, you shouldn't be listening anyways, Pamela. You should be in bed sleeping. But when you get up in the morning and you're getting ready for work, listen to the first part of the show. All right. Awesome. All right, you guys, thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow. And be safe out there.
Good night, everybody. Gee. Hey, Pamela, it wasn't even that good anyways, because I didn't say much at all.
Well, what do you have to do with anything, Mary Lou?
Gosh, that's not very nice, Gray. Good night, everybody.
Okay, yeah. All right, see you later.